We'll start with attendance, and then afterwards, Saraswati, I'm going to ask you to explain the meaning behind the song. Aditi? Aditi and Lena? Aditi?
Jai Guru Agyasa Divya Jayan karna hai.
Jai Guru. Aisi?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Anhe? Jai Guru. Ansh?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Ansho?
Naise Basim.
Jai. Arnav?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Arun? Aryan?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jama?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Gyan? Devangi? Kimi?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Eva? Jagrat? Jai Guru. Nauka?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Nitisa?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Pratyush?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Saraswati?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Saraswat?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Bhakti?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Bobby?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Lucy? Shreya?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Manu?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jimmy?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Siddharth? Simran?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Pooja?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Suhani?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Yukta?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Okay, so before we begin, Saraswati, can you explain the meaning of the song that you just sang?
Jai Guru, this is Aditi. I'm here.
Jai Guru. I'll change that. Saraswati, if you can go ahead.
Jai Guru. So the meaning of the song is basically how kind Tucker was to us, like helping us like in everyday life. Even if we don't think he's there, he's always there for us. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Right. So even when we don't think that Thakur is there, he is always there, and that's one thing that doesn't change. And we've talked about this before. Thakur is always there for us, no matter what, and no matter what's happening, you can always know that he's at your side, and you can share any troubles, any joys, everything with him. Okay, so we're going to move to our discussion. Last time, we started talking, last time, so not last week, but the week before, we started talking about the niyamas, which are basically observances that purify your inner self, things that you practice, where last year we talked about the yamas, which are observances, things that you abstain from in order to purify yourself and your interactions in the world. So last time we talked about the first niyama, which was socha. So it's been a couple weeks, so let's just review what was socha. So let's ask, Manu, do you remember what socha is? Can you define that for us?
Jai Guru, socha means to keep the mind and body pure and clean. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Exactly, right? So socha is keeping our mind and body clean and pure, and all of you last time talked about different ways to do that. So keeping physically clean, doing things like meditation, spending time thinking about Thakura and living our lives in the way that he would want. And so all of those were great descriptions of things to do. Today, we are going to talk about santosha, which is our second niyama. And so santosha is contentment in daily achievement. In plain words, it is giving up insatiable or impossible desires. When you achieve perfection in the practice of santosha, you will get happiness beyond imagination. This happiness is independent of any material possession. So it's true contentment, and then it will give you, if you practice it well, true happiness. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit differently. The first thing that I'm going to ask for us to think about is what sorts of things, when do you feel happy, and what sorts of things are happening when we are feeling happy? So, Pratyush, when do you feel content, like everything is good, and that you are happy?
I think, Jai Guru, I think whenever you are happy, it's like whenever you are thinking of Thakura at all.
Okay. Right, so thinking of Thakura makes you feel happy. Okay, Ansh, what else makes you feel happy?
So Jai Guru, I think like doing Namo every time I go to Puja, like saying Thakura's name, Jai Guru, 10 times. Jai Guru.
So thinking of Thakura and doing all that. Are there other times when you feel happy in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what reason?
When I get a good test grade.
Yeah, so like when you get good grades, that makes you feel happy, right? Okay. Naitik, what other things make you feel happy?
I feel happy when reading books.
Like you feel happy reading books. You like to read books, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeet, what makes you feel happy?
When I Nama Thakura Baba.
So when you do Nama Thakura.
Yeah.
And when you're with the city, right? So you feel happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's do honey. Let's see. Yeah. What makes you feel happy? When do you feel happy? Suhani? Okay, I'll skip that. Okay. So the things that make us feel happy, right? When we're thinking of Thakura, when we're with Thakura, in Puja, all of those things make us feel happy. And then also other things that could make us feel happy are things like getting good grades, things that we enjoy doing, like reading books, maybe you play sports, any of those things. You feel happiness to some extent. Okay. then what sort of situations is it difficult to feel happy in? So what might you be doing where you feel upset, where it's hard to think of or to feel happy? Jimmy. Jimmy? When is it hard to feel happy?
By bathing and being clean and like being fresh makes me happy. So then I don't have to be dirty and like and getting good grades and having days off from school.
Right. So those are all things that make you happy. So then what makes you unhappy?
By getting bad grades and having school.
So having school and getting bad grades makes you unhappy. When you have good grades and you go to school, that makes you happy, right?
Right.
Well, having good grades and when you have days off that you don't expect or you expect, right? Right. So those are things that make you happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So the next thing we go from there, right? So in these things in the world, when you have situations, right? The things that make you happy are things that you enjoy doing and are based off of circumstances, right? Whatever you do, there are times that you're going to get good grades, and there are times that you're going to get bad grades. Okay? So santosha is a practice where if any of those things are happening, whatever is happening, either way, you're content. Right? So you're going to school, you're not going to school, it doesn't matter. How you feel is the same. Right? So you're content in what is going on daily. So then, Shilpi, how do you do that? How do you practice being content? Shilpi? Okay. Moving on. Adhyasa, how do you practice contentment? Okay. Aryan, how do you practice contentment?
I think you can practice being content by not comparing yourselves with others. Because when you compare yourself with others, that causes unhappiness. So being happy with what you have, you can accomplish by just not comparing yourself.
Right. So like one of the things, we don't compare ourselves to others, and you think to yourself when you're starting to do that, where you are is okay, and you have to make a conscious decision to be content with where you are with what's happening. Okay. Now we want to come back to this the beginning. Some of the young aspirants were saying, talking about thinking of Thakura, being with Thakura, all of those things. When you are with Thakura, when you are thinking of Thakura, is it ever difficult to be happy when you are with Thakura? Aditi?
Jaguru, it's not difficult because when you're with I get happy when I go to the ashram because I only go to the ashram once a year and I get to see everyone, so it's not difficult for me.
Right. And so so when you're with Thakura, right, it doesn't really matter what the situation is or what else is going on. When you're with Thakura, when you go to ashram, no matter what else is happening, you feel happy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So like one thing, right, that we have, what we talked about, right? So the situations where it's hard to feel happy, the situations where you feel really happy when you have good grades versus bad grades, you're going to school, you're doing things you enjoy versus you're doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, all of those are external circumstances, and all of those can affect how we feel. And then when we do things like we're comparing ourselves to others and we see what others have, and we want that, or we want to go, we don't think we're doing enough, we don't think we have enough, any of those things can make it difficult for us to feel content. But everything relating to Thakura, no matter what else is going on, that peace, no matter how a circumstance changes, when Thakura is there, we feel happy. Okay, so keeping that in mind, what are some other things that we can do? What are some other places that we can feel and practice contentment? Yukuta?
Jaiguru, I think one way you can practice contentment, I think to surround yourself with friends and family.
Okay. So you're surrounding yourself with friends and family. Good. Saraswati, how else do we practice contentment, make it easier for ourselves to practice contentment?
Jaiguru, you could just practice meditating or kind of ignoring. Sometimes if it's really bad, you could just ignore.
So something's really bad, ignore it, meditate, thinking about Thakura, those sorts of things. Okay, what if something really, really good is happening? What would you do then?
Jaiguru, could you please repeat the question?
So you said, right, ignoring when something really bad happens, you ignore, you try to meditate, you can think of something. What if something really exciting is happening, something that you really wanted, or you're getting, I don't know, you know that you're going to get a point that you wanted for a really long time. So then what's your response there?
Well, then you would just kind of be happy, but don't be really happy that everybody will think you're just spoiled or something like that. But then you can also be happy in your head and not show it outside as well. If that's hard to do.
All right. So you can moderate, right? How happy you are, what you're feeling. If you're concentrating, if you're thinking that this is a good thing, you can accept that without going overboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same sort of response that you would have if something bad was happening, which is not going too low because of that. Okay. So, great. So, with the practice of santosha, right, as we talked about, surrounding yourself with people that care about your family, friends, in our case, Thakura as well, not comparing yourselves to others, moderating, thinking about your reactions to things and ignoring the bad, tempering the good, and being steadfast in those things, we can go through this practice. Now, one of the things that comes up with santosha is when you're content in what's going on daily. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but where we are in our society and school, you might hear you need to be setting goals, you need to have ambition, and how do you have all of these things? How do you want more but still practice? How do you move forward in your life? If you're told that you need to have goals, you need to have ambitions, you need to move forward. How do you do that and still practice contentment. Shreya?
Yeah, I think you can continue to work towards your goals and still practice contentment by being humble about what you achieve and just being grateful and attributing that success to Chakra. And when you do come up with the goals to continue moving forward, that is also something that you can leave to him. And if it happens, it's due to his grace, and if not, like, you know that maybe now is not the time, but if you continue to work harder, it can come later.
Right. So with this practice, I think for us, it's important to remember, and as like Saraswati, the song that Saraswati sang today, Chakra is there for us. Chakra is someone that we can always rely on. And in this case, as in so many others, practicing contentment can be hard because our situations change daily. And there are things that are good things that happen to us and bad things that happen to us. But Chakra is stable, Chakra is always there. And so no matter what is happening, if we take ourselves out of that equation and we put everything that is happening to us at and attribute it all to his grace, all of those good things that happen, we're going to be content with. And all of those bad things that happen, because it's him controlling it and him guiding us through that, those won't feel as bad. As those of you said at the beginning, when you're with Chakra, you feel happiness, and that's closest to contentment that we can get. So by putting him in every aspect of your life and everything that's going on, that's one of our first steps that we can take to practicing contentment. And it'll be difficult, but that's where we can start. So with this, we're out of time. We're a little bit over. Jammu has all of it. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Today, I am lucky to get a chance to say my Papa Vinimo. I started my second semester in high school as a freshman, and it has been a little hard adjusting to my new classes. I recently had my final and midterm exams, which have made me very nervous. I spent weeks studying each subject in order to get a good grade. During the exams, whenever I came across a difficult question, I took Takuro's name multiple times in my head. This made me feel calm and at peace. With his blessings and guidance, I got great grades. I pray to Takuro because I want to find out how to be a good person and how to live a successful life. Every night, I read his books and letters. There are so many life lessons that he tries to teach us. So far, I've learned that whenever you come across a problem, you should not give up and move on. If you stay persistent, Takuro will help you through these problems and other ones in the future. As a result, I've learned to rely on Takuro in many aspects of my life. Through hard work, perseverance, and a faith in God, you can live your dreams. This quote was said by Ben Carson, and it shows how you can do anything if you have a belief in God. If you work hard and never give up on anything, you will become successful, but only if you trust Takuro. This year has been a very conflicting one. I've gone through many ups and downs. Thankfully, Takuro was by my side through all of it. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Tanradhya Gurudev Thakur, Ma Bhai Mane এবং young aspirants. দুইটি কথা I want to share ମୋ ଭାବ ବିନିମୟରେ. ଗୋଟେ ହେଉଛି ଯେ ୟା ଭିତରେ ମାନେ ନିହାର ଭାଇ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ବଡ ଭାଇ who about 3-4 years younger to me in age passed away, and ତାପରେ ଆମେ ପଢିଲୁ there was an accident ଦାମନଯୋଡ଼ିରେ ଜଣେ ଭାଇ ଯିଏକି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଭାଇ ବ୍ରଜ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ସାଥିରେ ଥିଲେ ପୁରସ୍ଚରଣ Guru Pre, he also passed away in an accident. Monare, I often think about it, and almost daily I dwell upon that this could be the end of my life or not. And I thought I would share a little bit about that. That thing. It's not a obsession with death, but somehow learning to remind myself and learning to accept the end of life. I'm the eldest, age-wise in my Sangha. And so I want to share a little bit about that. That ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟ ଉପଦେଶ ପ୍ରତିଦିନ ସକାଳେ ଯୋଉ ପଢା ହୁଏ ତା ଦେହରେ ଠାକୁର ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସ୍ୱର୍ଣ୍ଣକାର। କେତେକ ମା ବି ମଧ୍ୟ ସେଇଟା ମତେ କହୁଥିଲେ ଯେ ଆମେ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଆଉ ସୁନା ମିଶିକି ଅଛୁ। And he directs our life, and as the jeweler, as the Swarnakar, he helps to separate the alloy from the metal, the real metal. So likewise, so our end comes where we know because or with our reliance on our Guru, or our faith on Thakura. And I think the end comes where either during our lifetime the alloys get separated or alloys get burnt, or maybe at the time of the end of life, all that comes concentrated, and that prarabdha that you. But then our reliance on Thakura is that or our faith in Thakura is that he knows what's best for us. So I thought I would share that. Like everybody else, my prayer is to Thakura is that when my time comes, please give me the strength to accept, and if possible, let me not suffer long, so that the others around my life don't suffer. The second thing I want to share is a message of hope. I often think about Nigam and Smruti Mandira now that I'm this far away. It's been a while that Nigam and Smruti Mandira has been built, but I think each of us should ask, how is it serving Thakura's, for which this Nigam and Smruti Mandira was built in the United States. We are all immigrants. How are we spreading, or how are we letting others in our community, in our life, know about the teachings of Thakura in the same way that we get such joy? Today, the young aspirants are talking about contentment, and how wonderful that they can understand and they can share. How more of people in our lives around us, and it should not be just. I think should not be confined to the people who came to know Thakura through birth or through marriage. Maybe we should really ask ourselves, what else can we do? I'm going to tell why this is a message of hope. I think we should, I remind myself as to how my association with my Sangha, when Fatima was probably 3 years old or 2 years, 3 years old, 4 years old max. And Jemuma was not born because Ashwini Bhai was a young person, not married. That's how I came to be associated with my Sangha. And today Fatima is conducting the young aspirant session, and Jemuma is doing Pari with me at such a joyous occasion as a high schooler. So there is a lot of hope. But I think we really need to ask ourselves and have a, not question, but really do ask ourselves from within, how do we define ourselves? How we see our Sangha? Are we doing something so that the Thakura's message or Thakura's, what could be really a joyous contribution to society here is confined because of our own narrow thinking or sankirna thinking? Should our life just be restricted only to the people we know or feel comfortable with, or people with whom we communicate in a language that we are born? people we have in our lives because they look like us, or they eat like us, or they pray like us? I think those are the questions. In many ways, don't we direct our children to be confined or to be associated with people we feel comfortable with? But is that what should it be? Because we know deep within, Thakura is universal Guru. Thakura belongs to all of us. And people, if they have even the slightest of understanding of what Thakura means and what Thakura's teachings can do to them, I think it will be a much better world. But it is a message of hope, and I hope it will prompt the young aspirants to think in terms of enlarging their life, making it more encompassing, and not be limited by your parents. I'm not trying to be you to be rebellious, but just as you grow up to be young people, the Swatis and the Animas and the Bobby Bhais and the Gan Bhais, to ask yourself to be your own person. Grow with Thakura, grow in love with Sangha, but you necessarily don't have to emulate the patterns or the thinking that your parents just are comfortable by virtue of their habits. So I hope I'm not creating more problems, but I thought I should honestly share this here.
Jai Guru. प्राणर श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज मोर सतीर्थ भाई माँ मैंने स्नेहर पिला काली सेवा विजय भाई तो अलरेडी डिड बहुत कहले कि बेसी कहवाक नहीं एति खाली कहबी काली आमर आदिवासी पूजा आदिवासी पूजा जोग देती जो प्लस आज सकाल जहाँ सब पढ़ाला गोटे कथा माने आगुरी बहुत कहे से जस्ट खाली रिपीट करदे चाहूँगी कहीं भेरी इम्पोर्टाट जिनस आमर ठाकुर जो माने दैनिक पूजा तापर श्रद्धा यहाँ हूँ गोटे प्राक्टिस जिनसटा तापर ठाकुर आज ज्ञान भाई जोटा कहले सेटा ही ठाकुर चाहूँ जोटा कर प्राक्टिसटा सेटा को डेली कर जमी प्रेयर कला बेले गोटे जगह बस कर ठाकुर गोटे अंग को चाहिए सब कर प्रेयरटा को सब तार अर्थटा को मन पकई कर अर्थटा मन पकई कले मनटा आउ कड़े जीवनी कहीं जेहेतु प्रेयरटा करुचे माने नेचुराली जेहेतु कर पूरा घोषा हो मन जुआड़े बुलूले भी मन से चलती माने प्रेयरटा सरी जाऊँगी के जानी पारे सेटा कले कौन हुए मु खाली निज एक्सपीरियंस रु कहूँ जदि से तीनटा जिनस ठाकुर गोटे अंग को पूरा पूरा माने फोकस करिकी कंसंट्रेट करिकी प्रेयरटा को अर्थटा बुझी करुछंती जेते चिंता मनरे जेते चिंता करुची कुआडे मन एते जोर रे दौड़ुची सेटा कमी कमी जीव प्रेयर शेष रे मो एक्सपीरियंस कहि परची माने मनटा बहुत काम हे जाय कना नेचुरली देखिया गले माने हमर मनटा किछि यदि हम न करिबा खाली ठाकुर को अनेक बसिबा ठाकुर कथा भाबिबा मनरे सतरे चुड़ा किछि आसीबनी जेहेतु हमकु वैषयिक जिनस को जीवा को पड़ुची सब आड़ी की तेणु नेचुराली छोटा मन को आसुची तेणु ठाकुर तो सहीटा ही हम चाहूँ जे तबे खाली मत टे भल पाओ माने मो पाखे मनटा को लगे रखले तुम संसार तमे माने संसार भारटा सी नहीं जीवे जेते चिंता सेटा सी ऊपर को नहीं जीवे तेणु सेटा आम मुंडरू खसीज मुंडा माने बहुत हल्का हो सो से जिनसटा प्राक्टिस जिनसटा केमती आम करिया पड़ो आम बहुत समय जो जहाँ पढ़ुचे आलोचना करुचे इट्स ऑल अबाउट कमिंग बैक टू दैट वेरी सिंपल थिंग ठाकुर को टिके भल पाइबा माने ठाकुर उपदेश मानिक चलवा ठाकुर को सब बेले मन रखा आगुरी आसते दल भाई आसते भी कहते जे सेटा को जंती नृपेन्द्र रायंकर सेटा प्रैक्टिस थिला जे ठाकुर को सब बेले से अनुधावन कर सब कथार आज एमती कथा कहले बलाईटा कहते जे सब जहा कर ठाकुर को मन में रखि भाव जे ठाकुर ही पाखे अच्छा मु जहा करुच्ची ठाकुर देखुं ठाकुर पूरा पाखे अच्छा तेणु सेटा जो जिनसा ठाकुर चाहूना से जिनसा करने इच्छा हेनी सो इट्स सेटा ही तो साधना सेटा ही ठाकुर चाहिए से सिंपल जिनसा जदि आम कर मन से चिंता रही मन मनटा आनंदित रही स्वातिमा पिला को पचारे हाउ डू यू स्टे हैप्पी हाउ डू यू फील कंटेंट दोज आर वेरी इंपोर्टेंट थिंग्स लाइक सेटिक आम जब कर निजे हैप्पी रही पारिबा कौनटा कले हैप्पी रही पारिबा सेटा जानि पारिबा सेटा प्रैक्टिस करि पारिबा दैट इटसेल्फ इज साधना ठाकुर माने जो कहते गोटे उपदेश मानिक चल आमदी से ठाकुर अल्टीमेटली आमको रोचे तुम सब खुशी रुह आनंद रुह से आनंद रहीवाटा ही गोटे साधना से कर प्रकृत आनंद कौन पाइपर प्रकृत कंटेंट कौन हो पार से ही आमर सब साधना माने जो जहाटा पाइबा कथा अल्टीमेट पाइबाटा सेटा आम पाई जाई परिबा तेणु ठाकुर पाखे से प्रार्थना से छोट छोट जिनस गुड़ाक आपण माने छोट जिनस करने कहते कि आम द्वारा सेटा हो पारुनी खुशी रहा आम चाहूँ हाँ खुशी रही कि जो भाया खुशी रहा आमको कहते आम से भाया खुशी रही पारुना कारण कौन कले से खुशीटा हम आम से करना सेटा ही केमिति अभ्यास रत है सब बेले से आम ठाकुर पाखे प्रार्थना एतिक बार सांग कर जय गुरु।
Jai Guru, I invite Sri Sri Thakuram Maharaj, young aspirants, Bais and Mas to the next Y session to be held on next Sunday, February 23rd, 2020. Jai Guru.
रुहतु भाई ये निमंत्रण पूर्वर टिके ठाकुर को मध्याह्न भोग इवनिंग पूजा नहीं था संघ पूजा निमंत्रण पूर्व जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु परमाराध्य श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज हमर एबे संघ पूजार द्वितीय अधिवेशन सरला परे आपण को मध्याह्न भोग निमंत्रण जनाऊँ आश्रम पाड़िया मैंने आसन करेंगे मध्याह्न भोग निमंत्रण जनाऊँ मध्याह्न आपण को भोग निवेदन पर भक्त माने प्रसाद सेवन करेंगे आज संध्या बेले आसंता पूजा आज संध्या बेले अनुष्ठित आपण को निमंत्रण जनाऊँ जय गुरु
भाई मु इनवाइट कर देबी समस्त भाई
आज्ञा जय गुरु भाई
जय गुरु परम पूज्य श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज श्रद्धेय भाई और माँ मैंने अशेष सौभाग्य तु आसंता रविवार संघ पूजा पाड़ी सेवा मते जिमी भाई और प्रद्युम्न भाई को प्राप्त होइछि। अधिवेशन ईस्टर्न टाइम सकाळ 10टार आरंभ हो संघ पूजार सविशेष प्रोग्राम अधिवेशन पूर्व श्री श्री ठाकुर को और समस्त भक्त मान अवगत करा और आमसास वेबसाइट रे प्रदान भी करा श्री श्री ठाकुर चरणाश्रित जिमी भाई प्रद्युम्न भाई रमा भाई जय गुरु
जय गुरु परम पिता श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज मोर श्रद्धेय भाई माँ पिला माने आमर आज पाली सभा मोर पाली सभार विजय भाई मु जेमु माँ पालिया थिलु तेणु काली अधिवास पूजा आज पर्यंत संघ पूजा शेष होगा जाऊँगी जानत जानत बहुत किसी भूल त्रुटि हो तेणु से आपण श्री चरण रे आउ भक्त मान पाखरे क्षमा प्रार्थना करुचु आउ जमती भूल पुनरावृत्ति न हो से आशीर्वाद करंतु। जय गुरु।
जय गुरु। दयामय एहि निवेदन दयामय एहि निवेदन निरंतर तव नाम करिबि स्मरण निरंतर तव नाम करिबि स्मरण एहा छड़ा न रहिब इतर कामना देव एहा छड़ा न रहिब इतर कामना एहि मात्र भिक्षा मोर एतिकी प्रार्थना एहि मात्र भिक्षा मोर एतिकी प्रार्थना तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास एहि अहंकार देव तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास एहि अहंकार एकमात्र और जीव प्रबल संस्कार एकमात्र और जीव प्रबल संस्कार एथि लगी जेबे काले न मिले मुक्ति एथि लगी जेबे काले न मिले मुक्ति तथापि रखिबी मने अनंत त्रुपति प्रभु तथापि रखिबी मने अनंत त्रुपति तुम्हारी दृष्टि भीतरे तुम्हारी जगते तुम्हारी दृष्टि भीतरे तुम्हारी जगते पड़िथिबी जहीं तहीं तुम्हारी इंगिते प्रभु पड़िथिबी जहीं तहीं तुम्हारी इंगिते ध्वंस परे रचनार अभिनव रूप ध्वंस परे रचनार अभिनव रूप देखी देखी आसी जीव असल स्वरूप प्रभु देखी देखी आसी जीव असल स्वरूप मिलाई न पारे जेबे तब यंत्र स्वर मिलाई न पारे जेबे तब यंत्र स्वर तब नामे भाई जीवी भंगा वीणा मोर प्रभु तब नामे भाई जीवी भंगा वीणा मोर शुणुबा न शुणु केहि थिब अहंकार शुणुबा न शुणु केहि थिब अहंकार तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास एतिकी संस्कार प्रभु तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास एतिकी संस्कार প্রেমময় শ্রীচরণে করে নিবেদন, প্রেমময় শ্রীচরণে করে নিবেদন, তুম জয় গাউথিবি এ সারা জীবন প্রভু, তুম জয় গাউথিবি এ সারা জীবন। জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়, জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়, জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়, জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয়।